Episode 99 with the Colorado Rockies. Welcome back, everybody, to the Rockies franchise. Today's episode is going to be first focused on the MLB Draft, but we'll have a pretty jam-packed episode today as we'll get to some games at AAA and back with the big league team. But it's time for the 2025 MLB Draft, and we're waiting longer than we ever have in this series to make our first selection at 23 overall. We also have a pick in competitive balance round B, but we don't have the nice picks we're used to in this series after finally making the playoffs last year. So, can we make the most out of this draft? I scouted a lot of really interesting players, but the player I was really hoping would make it to us was Gary James, and he did not. He has the ability to be a really great all-around player, has a fairly early MLB ETA. He is no longer available. But thankfully, when our pick comes up, we do have a lot of options, and many of them with that 80 potential you typically look for. At this point, though, there weren't many pitchers available for us to choose from. One who was available is Garrett Reeves. He is 21 years old and is projected to have really good velocity, break, but the K per 9, hit per 9 numbers aren't all that high, at least in potential. We had some options here with 80 potential, and I went through a lot of these ratings and came away a little bit underwhelmed. And I know we're picking a little bit later, so we're not necessarily getting the top prospects. There are good prospects, of course, but ultimately I was really intrigued by Luis Mora. Despite 75 potential, there is an early MLB ETA as a bonus, but pretty much everything for him was above average, and a lot of it even higher, including power. So despite him having only that 75 potential, I made Mora our first pick of the draft. I almost always go for an 80 potential player, but I decided to go for the 75 in that case. We still had some players left for our next selection, but there weren't many pitchers. I scouted a fair amount of them, they must have gone way too early. There was still Antoine Houston here with 70 potential, and I wanted to keep him in mind, but not with this pick. We will take an 80 potential player this time in infielder David McCready. Our pick comes up again, competitive balance round B, and we can still take Antoine Houston. Now, the lower potential here doesn't scare me because for a reliever, you don't need a high ceiling. You're going to have relievers on your roster that are 72 overall and whatnot. You just need someone that can go get an inning sometimes. After that selection, I was just trying to take players that I had at least scouted and I liked some of their ratings before we just start to guess. I only had to do so with the last two selections, so I call that a win. It's kind of tough sometimes to make sure you have good info on every player you take. But I did look at a few ratings in particular, and we close it out just taking the player with the highest projected potential. So let's dive in to some of these ratings, beginning with Luis Mora, who is a 75 overall right away with B potential. Now, unfortunately, that B potential is about as low as it can go at 81. You like to get more potential with your first pick, but I liked that power looked like a strength, defense does as well. I'm not as concerned with the 81 when I can look at where he's going to be good. David McCready, on the other hand, does have the higher potential, has pretty good plate vision right now for a 59 and high contact, might never be a power hitter. And then Antoine Houston, right off the bat giving us 76 K per 9, a rating that often needs to be developed over the course of many years. So I'm pretty happy with that selection. Then Sami Guzman, only a 66 potential player, but super high contact right away. Unfortunately, that D potential is hard to work with. John Mira, another infielder, solid speed, contact as well. He really boosts the infield with this draft. And then we close it out with two pitchers. Low potential here for Sean Franco and Willie Vasquez, 77 on just a guess here with our last pick. Pretty happy with that. Overall, it's not like a great draft, but it's a decent one, I'd say. The player we probably should have taken with our first round pick was Garrett Reeves, who was one of the only pitchers available at the time that I had fully scouted. But I decided to go for a player who could make it to the show earlier and had some ratings I really liked. The Padres had a really nice draft, getting a ton of players in the mid-70s and 80s for potential. The Giants only had 5 picks, 4 of them were pitchers, nobody high potential, and the Diamondbacks continue to boost their team. They already have some of the top prospects in Major League Baseball, and I think they added to that pretty well with this draft. The Tigers took a second baseman, Rod Garcia, with 98 potential, but the Cubs get perhaps the highest upside player, 99 potential, Antonio Rocca. 21 years old, only a 47 overall. Might take him a while, but he's got 99 potential. And then Gary James, he had 96 and would have been our pick if he had made it down there, but he went at 7 to the Brewers. Unfortunately, we pass on Garrett Reeves and he goes to a team that already has plenty of pitching in LA. But here are the top prospects right now in baseball, and we only have one player actually in the top 50, and that is starting pitcher and former number 1 overall pick Michael Moreno, and he is pitching for us at AAA. If we check out some of the other players, the number 1 prospect right now, Adrian Terreros, starting pitcher who did make his debut for the Cardinals last season but is down at AAA. And for the prospects, we could probably see Arizona could be building something with their outfield especially. Christian Robinson looks ready for the show. The Giants then have a really good outfielder as well, Heliot Ramos, if I'm saying that correctly. Looks like a really solid hitter. And again for Arizona, a player I do remember scouting, Kareem Gilliam, 80 overall. They're just waiting with these really good outfield prospects down at AAA right now. So if we check out our current minor league system, we're not playing all that well to start the year. It's been kind of a struggle for some of these players, including Michael Moreno, and then one of our top position players, Albert Aguila. The AAA team at Albuquerque is actually not winning very many games this year, but there are still a couple standouts that we should talk about a little bit. It's taken a while for Jacob Pearson. We acquired him in the Trevor Story deal, but he's getting closer and closer to earning his chance. Still has an option year for next season, so there's a chance that he could make it up to the big leagues before too long. But recently, I've been talking about making a move at pitcher, and before looking at a potential trade, it makes more sense to see what we already have. Michael Wilkerson has played very well. He's a 75 overall and the highest rated starting pitcher that is not at the major league level with us. He's pitched so well this year, I want to go through a full game with him today and see if he's perhaps ready to make it up to the big leagues and help us out with Andrew Heaney struggling. The other pitching prospects we have in the organization, I just don't think are ready for that jump to the big league level, so Wilkerson is the one player I think could help us that we would not have to trade for. So we are going down to AAA Albuquerque for this matchup, taking on the Round Rock Express. We're only 19-31 on the season, going up against Kobe Allard, who's had a solid start to the year in his first 10 starts. Unfortunately, due to injury, we're not going to see Albert Aguila in this game. We start things off with Dale Amador, a player I've been very excited about. He pops up in his first at-bat. Connor Joe's been down here, and he's actually played really well. We just don't have the room on the active roster right now for him. And that's a drive hit into center field, but playable out number 2. Jacob Pearson batting third. And he's finally gotten some more consistency at the plate this season. And the 1-0 is in the air to center field, about the same spot as out number 2. And Allard puts up the quick 0. Here is Michael Wilkerson, the 6'5", 194-pound pitcher, 2.4 ERA. Walk numbers look really good, just a 1.14 whip. Everything looks really good. Jason Martin hitting here. First for the Express as this is lifted into shallow left. Catch is made. Wilkerson throws a two-seam fastball in the low 90s. There it is. He gets ahead of Bubba Thompson 0-2 as this is lifted in the shallow center, and Blair can't make the catch on the dive. Thompson dives into second base with the double. Wilkerson also throws a changeup and slider that are both pretty effective. This one's down the line, twisting foul. There's a curveball as well, but he doesn't really have the control of it yet. It's clearly his worst pitch. Here he's facing a big league hitter, though. This is Corey Dickerson, and eventually gets him looking with the changeup on the outside corner for his first strikeout. Another MLB hitter. This is Adam Duvall, rolled over to short. And the play is made by Adale Amador. Wilkerson pitches around the double and will head into the second. Paul Boyer, third baseman, has hit for good power so far in the minors. And he gets a single through the middle. Aaron Shunk showed good power a year ago. Going the other way, that lands in shallow right. Back-to-back base hits. This is the center fielder, Connor Blair, and he's going to reach as well. That's 3 straight singles, and the bases are loaded. For the bottom of the order here, number 8 hitting, Errol Vera, and that is past third base into left field. 2 will score. 4 straight singles, and Albuquerque is on the board 2-0. Very impressive inning there for the Isotopes as Wilkerson gets the lead. Fastball on the outside corner. He has solid control of that pitch. And then comes back with the slider to get strike 3 below the strike zone. 2 away, Jonah Heim at the plate. Runner on first and ground ball to short. Pretty easy inning there. Let's head into the third now. Connor Joe having a great year at the plate, and he drives one deep to left field, hit pretty well. That is extra bases. Joe getting to second as they get the ball in quickly, but not quick enough. 2 down here for Paul Boyer trying to bring Connor Joe home, but he falls behind. And Allard gets him with the cutter upstairs, strike 3. Bottom 3 for Michael Wilkerson, 35 pitches in. That's a called ball 4, right at the top of the strike zone. Another base runner here for Round Rock as that's into right field. First to reach here in the inning. How does Wilkerson handle this situation? Bubba Thompson hit the double earlier. Now he's underneath one into center. Blair sets up, no tag, 1 down. That brings up Corey Dickerson as the changeup is in there. And another one, low and in. 1-2. Out in front, the curveball right at the knees. He located it well that time. Now 2 down. This is Duvall. Chops the curveball again. Good location. 1-2 counts. Got him with the slider, and Wilkerson gets out of trouble, getting a pair of strikeouts when he needs them. Pretty impressed with what he showed here in the first few innings. Albuquerque still on top. Let's go to the 4th. Aaron Shunk 1 for 1. And that's driven deep down the left field line, but it is foul. 1-2 from Allard. And this one's fair, but it's on the ground. And he'll be held to just a single. That brings up Connor Blair, part of that rally in the second. He'll line one to left this time for a base hit. 2 singles in a row. Here's Vera. He drove in the first 2 runs for Albuquerque. He's out in front of this one. Full count. Again, chopped foul. Fouled away. Pitch 9 from Allard. And it's driven deep to left field. Vera sends it out, and that's a 3-run homer. 5 RBIs for Errol Vera. He is only 22 years old, 74 overall. He's a really well-rounded player, and his defense is where his ratings are strongest right now. But this year, he's been hitting the ball really well. That's his second homer of the season. 5-0. And Diori gets a hold of one. Left center hit a ton. He sends one out. 6-0 in favor of Albuquerque as the offense has struggled throughout the season, but not here against Kobe Allard. A nice lead here to pitch with for Michael Wilkerson as Cooper lines one to center field, and Blair can't get to it. Extra bases to open the fourth for the Express. Maximo Acosta. 3-2 count, and Wilkerson loses him. We've already seen 2-1, nobody down already in this game. And a drive into deep left field. Going back at the wall, and got it right there. Advancing to third and getting there just in time. First and third, one down. Jonah Heim. Fly to center, Blair over. And this would be a pretty long throw. He pumps and tries third instead. A run scores. Here's Chase Strumpf. Shallow right. In comes Joe. Can't make the catch. He trapped it, they'll say. 2 runs come home here for the Express. And a base hit into left. Wilkerson having some trouble finishing off this inning. Back to Thompson now. Ripped into deep left field. This one caught on the run. Nice play to end the inning. But Wilkerson getting into some trouble here in these innings. We'll try the 5th. That's what we want to see. Tap for the catcher. Diori to first base. Garrett Cooper, 2 down. Up and in, jammed him. And Vera over to make the catch. Much better 5th inning. Trying to complete the 6th. 1 down, grounded to Vera. Gathers and throws to first, 2 down. One more for the quality start. And Jonah Heim drives one well to right field. Over the head of Connor Joe, and that will be extra bases once again. Wilkerson looking for just one more out. 0-2, line to right, and under the glove of Connor Joe. Here comes Heim to score, and Wilkerson's given up 3. And that will be it for him. An up and down start, but I certainly saw the potential with him and would be interested in seeing him pitch at the big leagues this year. But we're going to turn this over to Dallas Keuchel, and we signed him a year ago. Remember that? I signed him by accident. He's been down here at AAA, and he finishes off the inning for us. It's now 6-3, so a little bit closer. Fair ball down the left field line for a Dale Amador. He'll fly around first base and pick up the double to lead off the 7th. That brings up Connor Joe. 1 for 3, 2-0. Hammered to center. Deep drive. This one back and gone. Connor Joe sends one out. It's his 9th of the season. If any position player gets hurt at this point, Connor Joe is pretty much the next man up. He's like the 27th man. I'd love to have him back at the big leagues again. Maybe it'll happen at some point this year. 5-run lead here for Albuquerque. That's a jammed fly to shallow left. Pearson takes care of it. Dallas Keuchel just trying to finish this game off for us. And a weak tapper to third, played by Boyer. 8-3 game still. And Blair sends one deep to left field. Trying to wave it fair. Didn't wave hard enough, I guess. It's 7 feet outside the foul pole. But he really thought he had that one. Flipped the bat and everything. Well, he taps it. Nice play by the pitcher. Backhanding it and recording the out. Dallas Keuchel stays in after picking up 4 outs with only 12 pitches. And another ground ball to Boyer at third. Got him. Here's Wenzel with one away. Jammed to right. You know, Dallas Keuchel has always been this soft-throwing, weak contact pitcher. And from the moment he got into this game, I mean, that's what we saw from him. Top of the 9th now, 2 down. Connor Joe's not done. Out to deep left and extras once again. Joe with his 3rd extra base hit, 2nd double of the day. Really trying to show he should be at the big league level again. Can we bring him home? Here's Pearson. 0 for 5 after that strikeout. We go bottom 9. Dallas Keuchel trying to finish this game. Ground ball to third. You know it's never going to be flashy with him, except in my Twins franchise it often was. Not getting strikeouts, but that only the 2nd hit I believe he allowed. This with a runner already on base. Here's the relay. Coming home. Got him to end the game. And Albuquerque wins in impressive fashion 8-3 over the Round Rock Express. I was really happy with that game. I don't play a ton of games here. I love getting plenty of clips to show, and we just get an all-around great performance by the hitting and the 2 pitchers. Errol Vera definitely came to play. He's the MVP. 5 RBIs, including a home run. But Connor Joe also went 3 for 5 with 3 extra base hits and a home run of his own. We even saw some power from Elijah Diori. When it comes to the pitchers, Wilkerson, I felt like played decent, and I'd like to see him have a chance at the big soon. But Dallas Keuchel also impressed me. Could he also help us in the bullpen at the big league level? The problem we've had this year is Andrew Heaney, coming off the torn ACL, just hasn't really regained his top form, and it already showed signs of no longer being there before he tore his ACL last season. So at this point, I've been wanting to see if perhaps Ethan Small could be that new 5th pitcher. Even if he doesn't have the ability to go deep in ball games, Heaney has just not been a reliable starter. I'm not sure he can give you 4 to 6 innings anymore, but maybe out of the bullpen he would still be effective. Either way, I wanted to see Ethan Small have the chance to start because he's done a great job out of the bullpen. I wanted to see if he could handle being asked to get more innings and to start games for us. But he's done everything right to this point as a Rule 5 pickup. So Ethan Small will make his 2nd start of the year. He already did, I think, when someone got hurt earlier this season. But now starting in Pittsburgh. Keep in mind this was not on full rest. I know that's not ideal. This was Heaney's turn in the rotation, and it was either start Heaney or just deal with Small, maybe not going deep into this ball game, as Bader sends one into center field. Severino didn't have the stamina to pitch on 4 days rest this time, so Small is in there, gets the pop-up for out number 1 to Josh Bell. And Ke'Bryan Hayes hitting 3rd. That is smoked into left field. Extra bases for Hayes. And Bader runs really well. He's waved around 3rd base. And Hayes drives in the first run for the Pirates. That time Small just missed right over the middle here with the breaking ball. Colin Moran, 2 down. There's a fastball getting past him. He's late on it. Then out in front to the changeup. 1-2. Foul tip into the glove. Nice bounce back there for Small, getting the strikeout to end the first. In the 2nd inning, Franklin Labor at the plate. And curveball grazes the outside corner. That's a better spot for it. Strike 3. Dylan Moore hitting 7th. Taps that one foul. This count goes full. And gets him to chase. Pretty impressed with his fastball early on. Pirates having some trouble with it. Here's Munoz at the plate. He falls behind as well. And he gets one to drive over the head of Geronimo, and that ball is gone. Missed with the changeup right over the plate. And obviously he was already feeling pretty fatigued here in the third inning. I was hoping he could go 4, but it wasn't looking like that would be the case today. I know it would have been much better to wait for full rest, but decided to take the chance here anyway. That one is hit well to left field, and that is going to be it for Small. So this was not the ideal start for him, and this ends up kind of being an awkward start where he opens, and now Andrew Heaney is just going to come out off full rest, and now we're going to see what he can do. But obviously, he struggled. Lefties are smashing him for some reason. Righties struggling more so. Colin Moran, fly ball right field. Playable. And on one pitch, Andrew Heaney ends the inning. It's a one-run game. 3-2 Colorado. Trey Turner hit a home run early in the ball game. That one misses outside. Full count to Johnny Shafer. And a cold strike 3. He can't believe it. He was sure that was outside. We go bottom 4. Fastball missing there from Heaney. Then the curveball missing low as this count has run full. And he missed again with the changeup. Dylan Moore next. 1-1 count. Labor takes off. Schaefer's throw got him at second base. Shafer and Nunez doing a good job throwing out base stealers this season. Deep to center now, and over is Brian Reynolds for the second out. Let's head into the 5th. Nimmo off the pitcher, ricochets toward the line, and no play. He will reach. Keeping that average just above 300. Geronimo chopped to third base, and they will go 5-4-3 for the double play. Pirates keeping this one close, and Heaney staying in. Out in front of the changeup, it's Harrison Bader. Nice fastball on the inside corner. 0-2 from Andrew Heaney. That's what I'm talking about. Swung on and missed. Shafer with the throw. Nice 3-pitch strikeout. 2 down for Munoz. Right back to Heaney, and he'll take care of that one. Really nice job coming into this game and pitching well. We head into the 6th, and here is a former Pirate, Josh Bell. Oh my! Are you kidding me right now? Does that ball even have stitches anymore? That's a no-doubter to somebody who's never even seen the game of baseball before. My goodness, what a swing from Bell. And he does it here against his former team. In front of a packed house, 34,000 plus they had listed here for attendance. Former Pirate, Brian Reynolds, that's knocked down. Hustling to first. Safe. And the former Pirates get some offensive production here in the 6th inning. Now Solak did not play for the Pirates, and he is going to end the rally, unfortunately. But 4-2 after a Josh Bell blast. Man, I love having him on this team. Heaney stays in, fly to left. Geronimo slides over to make the catch. This is Willie Adames, and he chases low. Heaney picks up another strikeout. And next up, Colin Moran hits it weakly. The 1-0, Heaney charging and makes the throw in time. This is the best we've seen him pitch since well before the injury, I feel. Well, that one's sent to deep left center. Let's settle down a little bit. Extra bases here in the 7th. And we'll keep that to a double. Here's Baldwin. And the curveball is in there. Count even. In the dirt, rolling away. Shafer gathers and got him at third base. He does it again. Base is empty now and a full count to Baldwin. Strike 3 on the curveball. Heaney shuts down the 7th inning with a major assist by catcher Johnny Shafer. Top of the 8th inning. Josh Bell as a righty. Ground ball down the line, fair ball, and Bell reaches again. Batting 5th is Ty France. In the air, left center field. No one's getting to that one. Bell gonna be waved around third base, and that's an RBI double for Ty France. Starting to get his season on the right track. Johnny Shafer, fair ball down the line. They wave home France. Shafer has an RBI single. That one right on the chalk. 6-2, Heaney stays in. Hayes to center. And Reynolds stays put to make the play. Heaney stays in all the way into the 9th. Colin Moran, 2 down, pops it up for Johnny Shafer. 2 away. 58 pitches in for Heaney. And that is a ground ball, skipping off the mound, and Turner makes the play to end the game. The Rockies win it. Final score, 6-2. And Andrew Heaney picks up the win. He did not start, but he goes 6 1/3 innings in under 60 pitches. Where'd this come from? Now, I get it. It's the Pirates. It's a pitcher's park. But the contact quality was something that we haven't seen from Heaney in so long. We sweep the Pirates all 4 games in Pittsburgh and are 36-25. So after all I've thrown at you in this episode with Wilkerson, Dallas Keuchel, Ethan Small, and then Andrew Heaney's resurgence, what the heck are we doing now with our rotation and that long relief spot? What do you think? I need some feedback after that one. But a fun episode. Had a great time. Got a lot jammed into this one. Oh, this is great right here. Johnny Shafer, he's hitting 220 right now against righties, 382 against lefties. That is much better. I don't care, 220's not that good. It can be a weakness. It just can't be as much of a weakness as it was in the past. As we check out the stats here, we're also seeing Corbin Burnes is pitching at a much higher level after some rocky starts in his first couple of months. And we have the All-Star game approaching, and some players who might have a chance to make it. Josh Bell has been a part-time player most of the year, and he has the 2nd most votes. Now, Freddie Freeman has like double, but I don't know, maybe some bench spots are available to us. We have Rafael Devers in 2nd place, David Geronimo in 2nd place. This year, we better have some fun at the All-Star break. We got screwed last season. I don't want to see that happen again. But we're still a few weeks away, and I don't know what I want to do with the pitching. So again, I need your feedback. What should we do going forward? And next episode is going to be episode 100. If you have any requests for what you'd like to see in that milestone episode, leave your feedback down below. Looking forward to all your comments on this one, everybody. I hope you had a fun time with this episode. I know I did. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in episode 100 with the Rockies. Have a great day.